Hello and welcome to your channeled message. Whoever I am speaking to, this is a very specific message for somebody that maybe woke up today feeling a lot of anxiety, or maybe this is a consistent theme in your life where you feel as though you need to be further than where you actually are. And something that is coming through right now is that you are struggling so deeply with a survival mechanism that was deeply implanted through your childhood. And what I'm seeing is that you are breaking free. I'm seeing somebody shackled in handcuffs, and I'm seeing their arms like breaking free, where like it almost like shatters into a million little pieces. And this is something that you are actually breaking free from. So if you are feeling anxious, know that this is actually your programming and there's nothing wrong. You are exactly where you need to be. And I trust that there is a message in here for you. But before we get too far into it, let me introduce myself. My name is Michaela, here with the Cosmic Rose Activation. I help women activate their dream lives through the power of the divine feminine. On this channel, we talk about manifestation, do tarot readings, and really help you to unlock your highest potential, creating freedom in your life in a way that you have yet to experience. And this all starts from within and then expands outwards. So if you're feeling so inclined, be sure to subscribe and like, as it helps me to tap into your energy more clearly. And it also helps me to continue to bring these messages to you. To begin this channeled message, I want to talk a little bit about a dream I had yesterday. And when this happens, I always trust that there is a message in here for somebody. And what I am seeing is a woman was helping her mother clean her childhood home. And this woman was very calm and strong in her energy. And you can tell that she was very conscious with her energy. And this was not normal for her. This was not her normal, like default mode network. She was somebody that would always run from one place to the next. She was somebody that never felt safe enough to be right here, right now. And there's something about how her mother was always running from one place to the next, not feeling safe. And she picked this up in her childhood. And what I was seeing, again, almost like this shackle being exploded or breaking, was this woman was freeing herself from the programming from her childhood. And so I trust that that was actually whoever I am speaking to, that I had this dream. And first of all, I want to say that Spirit is so proud of you for all of the work that you have been doing recently. I see that you had been running on this program of frantic running from one place to the next for a very long time, if not your entire life. And what I am seeing is that there is something recently that has kind of broken you down to the point where you no longer can operate in the way that you used to. Or maybe you're beginning to become aware of how this energy has actually influenced and affected the rest of your life. You are somebody that has always had to overperform or feel like you need to be perfect. You may be somebody that has always had like multiple hobbies or multiple things that you wanted to become the best at. And this has created a lot of pressure over your shoulders. And I see that you are beginning to become aware that life is not as stressful as you make it out to be, but rather that you make your life a little bit more stressful by thinking that you need to be perfect or you need to be further than where you actually are. But that doesn't mean that some mornings you're not going to wake up feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, like you need to be further than where you are. But what I'm seeing too is that you are becoming this most refined, aware version of yourself. And it is such a beautiful unveiling process. And Spirit wants you to know that whatever practices you have been doing recently, that they are working and they are like, I'm seeing like this ripple effect where somebody throws a rock into the pond and in the water, you know how it ripples out, a ripple effect, right? Whatever you have been integrating recently, it is creating leaps and bounds energetically for you to create the life that you are trying to create. Another download that is coming through is that spirit knows your wants and your desires. I see that you are somebody that is very clear to the universe about what you want. You may find yourself daydreaming a lot, or maybe you use a lot of visualization practices. There is something about you being very clear about what it is that you want. And it has almost created this attachment where maybe you are feeling like a little bit miserable or like discontent with the way that life is right now because I'm hearing your head is in the clouds. You are not so grounded in this present moment, but rather so consumed about what the future is going to look like. And one of the things that spirit wants you to begin to integrate is allowing yourself to be right here, right now, and accepting your life fully as it is here and now. I just heard the answer to all of my problems is acceptance. So if you feel like you are up against like a mountain or there are multiple problems being thrown your way right now, it's to kind of stop you dead in your tracks. And rather than needing to fix and solve every problem, yes, spirit wants you to go in consciously, but it's more so to like break you in a sense. And what I'm seeing is like you are becoming clay, where you are malleable, you are moldable. Because previously you were so locked in your survival patterns, your survival mechanism, that you were running from point A to point B. And although you were taking action, it was action that was not for your highest good, even though it may have felt like it. You were running from so many different, like you were running to so many different places. But what I was hearing is you were running from yourself. You were not feeling into your body. And a big theme that has been coming up lately is that your heart is right now is really trying to pull you to your end destination, to where you want to go. You are on the right path. You have set the intention and the universe knows that. But what I'm seeing is that there is resistance to the path to get there because you don't feel safe. And your heart is like you're beginning to become aware of the ways that you self-sabotage or you get in the way. And this is a collective that I'm speaking to. You are hyper aware of your patterns. You are aware of the way that you act and the way that it manifests in your life. But because of this survival mechanism, because of the programming of not feeling safe, it is really hard for you to overcome a lot of these patterns. And I see right now, oh, my heart goes out to you. I see this little girl who is like holding her knees and she's crying in a little ball. And if you are feeling that, I want to send you so much love from the bottom of my heart, first of all. Um, and what I am hearing is we cannot solve this problem from the level of consciousness in which it was created. Meaning that in order to solve any other problem in your life, the most important thing that you can do right now is help yourself step away from the survival mechanism, the survival programming. Meaning, when you wake up in the morning and you want to scramble yourself from one thing to the next, can you, instead of trying to fix every problem, understand that this is your programming? This is that little girl that is balled up, holding her knees, sobbing. And from this higher awareness, you're able to see that this is not you. This is not your current day self, but rather this is that little girl that was hurt at some point in her life, that maybe watched her mom, her dad, her siblings, somebody in your family or like caretaking dynamic that was running on autopilot. And when you begin to observe this, first of all, it is going to help you create a little distance from what you think you need to do and what you actually need to do. because you are manifesting continually every day. What you are doing right here, right now, in this moment, as you're listening to this video, is sending out, broadcasting a signal to the universe. And I think this is the layer that you have been so afraid to address. You have been running on autopilot, and that's okay. It's okay. So, like, don't let this add to your laundry list of things that you need to handle. But rather than trying to fix everything in this physical world, handling all the problems through action, Spirit really wants you to spend time with yourself in this present moment. So, yes, life is demanding and there are things that you need to go out and you need to handle. But because you are broadcasting that signal right here, right now, Spirit wants you to begin to tap into this present moment, making that your most important thing over everything else. Because if you are living in this paradigm of running from one thing to the next, of feeling like you are not where you need to be, that you made too many mistakes, that the universe is not supporting you, that you have to handle everything on your own, that is the energy that you will be reflected back to. So I'm seeing that you're at this breaking point, that you can no longer operate from this old modality, that you are learning how important your energy and your frequency is, and that you need to learn to operate in a different way, in a way that is softer and more embodied, that is more in the divine feminine. And I just heard congratulations, because this breakthrough is the breakthrough that you have been looking for. It is the thing that you have been needing so desperately, and yet have been searching for it in everything in the physical world. Will this healing modality help me? Will this YouTube video help me? Will this influencer help me? And really, it's about the energy that you are broadcasting. And you are getting to this breaking point that you can no longer operate as that little girl. The next thing that Spirit wants me to let you know is going back to what we were saying about how you cannot fix this problem from the level of consciousness in which it was created. You now know this pattern. You now understand the way that survival mode has influenced the rest of your life. But the tendency is to say, okay, I am no longer going to live in survival. And we force our control and like try to run away from being in survival, which you could imagine is only going to lead to more chaos and more drama. But in our minds, we think this is what's going to heal us. This is what's going to help us. And what Spirit wants you to begin to integrate is acceptance, complete acceptance for where you are. Complete acceptance for what you went through in your childhood. Complete acceptance for the process that it is going to take for you to get to your dreams. The acceptance that your life is exactly where you are. And I think that is the biggest thing is I am seeing that there is so much resistance right now. And it is because you know in your heart of hearts that you are meant for so much more. You are meant for these big, beautiful dreams. And you know that. And I think that you even know that the universe is leading you there. But because of what you have learned from when you were younger, there is this resistance. So the next level of your healing right now is presence and acceptance. Presence and acceptance. And from this space, if you can begin to see from a higher mind, okay, this is the little girl speaking. She is throwing a tantrum. She's scared. She's terrified. She's crying. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes she is throwing a fit. She is so crazy sometimes, right? And it's often that we identify with ourselves as that little girl. But what Spirit wants you to do is begin to see it from a higher perspective. Am I going to choose to continue to operate and see myself as this little girl who is scared, who is hurt, who is abandoned, whatever your story is? Or am I going to accept her? Am I going to love her? And am I going to be the adult in which I choose a different version of myself? And what I'm seeing is you're beginning to understand that this future projection, almost in a sense, is keeping you safe. What you see for your life. There's like something that you really want in the physical world. And the piece that has been missing for so long is that you think that the material is what's going to save you or is going to fix you. And there have been miniature lessons. This may be only for a few selection of you, but there have been lessons recently where you're starting to understand that it doesn't matter where you are, what you have, who you're with. The problem will always be within you until you heal within yourself. And then once you heal within yourself, it's like, it doesn't really matter if I have $5 to my name or $1,000,000 to my name. I will be as free as I choose. I hope that makes sense. And you're starting to understand how important the underlying energy is, how important your healing is on this journey, because you can have $1,000,000 and still feel broke. I mean, look at every lotto ticket winner that didn't learn to hold the vibration. Within years, they're broke again, right? Because they never learned how to hold the vibration of wealth. And where you are right now, Spirit has been refining you. Spirit has been training you to be able to hold the wealth that you're trying to hold, or be able to create the family, the living situation, whatever you're trying to call in. You're learning to hold that vibration. So that way, when you finally do have success, you are able to hold it and not just throw it away, or not be able to handle it, or maybe get scared and like self-sabotage. You are being refined in this moment. So rather than resisting yourself, resisting the lesson, can you begin to learn to accept it and trust so wholeheartedly in the universe that you are exactly where you need to be, and make a choice? Are you going to continue to be the little girl repeating on autopilot, making the same choices? Or are you going to move closer towards that embodied version? The woman of you who feels safe to receive. The woman who is okay with allowing others to be mad at her in order to maintain her peace. Who is on her own time schedule. Who is able to live a life of abundance and joy rather than scarcity and lack. All of these things are available to you in this present moment. And my guides, they're so funny. I don't know why they say this word, but I heard Finn. So I am feeling like that is enough of a message here. I want to send you guys so much love. If this reading resonated, please be sure to like and comment down below. Let me know some things that you are working on, what you are trying to call in. I'd love to build this community. And if you are interested in working with me, check out the description down below. I put in multiple ways for you to work with me. And other than that, I am sending you so much love. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in my next reading.